Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a bit more of a chill video, just going through some of my current crafts and current whips that I'm working on to try and see what I can get done over the uni semester holidays before I go back in 2 weeks time. Now keep in mind in that I am still working 3 part-time jobs. While doing that, I'm just picking up some extra shifts since I'm on uni holidays and I've got spare time, but I still want to see how many of these crafts I can get done in that time. Craft number 1, I have this little top that I've been working on, little knitted top. All I really need to do is block it and then see kind of how it's fitting, although I am considering, do I add like a ribbed neckline or even cuffs to the sleeves? It's going to be like a sleeveless, more tank kind of look. But do I add something there, or is the slight roll unfinished the look that I'm going for? I haven't decided yet, so that'll be project number 1. Now my second project is actually going to be a crochet dress with this navy blue sparkle and then navy blue, I think it's either cotton or bamboo yarn. So I'm going to be combining the two of these and then doing kind of a festival baby doll flowy dress. It's going to be very airy and open, so I'm not too worried about it taking too long despite it being a dress, because it will be either a granny stitch or some other kind of open stitch that works up pretty quickly. So that'll be the second one. I did already do a poncho in this same glitter yarn, but it was white and gold. So I've put some videos on my TikTok about that one, but I really liked how that turned out, so I'm excited to do a dress as well. Project number 3 is this little sweater that I've almost finished. It's quite oversized, but it is just a drop shoulder basic knit sweater. I've already finished one sleeve and the collar. I've just started on the second sleeve. I'm not expecting this to take me too much longer, and then this one should be all done. Project number 4 is actually going to be a sewing project. So I got this fabric the other day at Spotlight with my sister, and my plan is to make a pair of like little checkered flowy pants. So nothing too crazy, no zips, no buttons. It's literally just going to be a basic pant pattern with elastic waistband. This hopefully, I say easy now, watch me run into a million problems, but this should be pretty easy. Okay, for project number 5, I've got this brown and blue mohair / cotton acrylic blend mix that I'm doing for a little striped sweater. I saw a girl on my Instagram post a sweater like this probably 2 months ago, and I should have just messaged her and been like, hey, where's the sweater from? But instead I spent 2 months trying to find the sweater, couldn't find the sweater anywhere, and decided I'm going to make it instead. I have already casted on the ribbing for this one. Oh, it's a bit tangled, but it's just a little 1x1 rib, and then yeah, eventually I'll start doing the stripes in kind of like a drop shoulder similar to the black one, maybe a little less oversized. But yeah, I'm really excited for this one because I've been wanting this sweater for so long. And then my final project for the holidays that I'm actually going to be doing today is restoring these leather boots. Now this is probably the most expensive thrift find I've ever found. I was looking for a pair of brown leather boots for ages, found these ones, $15, what a steal. I don't know if you can see in the light, but $15, what a steal. I was looking on the inside, like they feel like real leather, the inside says made in Bulgaria. I was like, cool, didn't really know the brand. So yeah, it has the brand on the inside of the boot. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in there, but I looked up the brand when I got home, and although I can't find these exact boots, very similar ones that they have on their website, all for about $400 to $450. I was in shock. Mind you, this thrift store had a pair of Kmart & Co boots next to them for $30 that they were trying to sell for $30. Don't get me started on the prices of thrift stores these days, but these $450 boots, clearly no one realized what they were. $15. So this is the one that we're working on today, and we're going to restore these. So I'm just going to be using just this brown like leather shoe polish and just a rag, and I'm just working in like very small circles, working the polish in all around the boot. It's going to take me a while, but I feel like I can already start to see a difference. Okay, so I have done one boot, and you can definitely notice in the toe, this is the one that's been done, this is the one that hasn't. You can see there's still like a lot of scratches and different colors and things. This is just a lot nice and smoother. Let's have a look at, I've done all the way up the side. Once again, it's not too like drastically different, but you can just see that this one's so much drier and all the different cracks and divots, whereas this one just looking a lot healthier in the leather, just a lot nicer compared to this one. Alright, time to do the second. My hand's already pretty stained, but I'm gonna keep watching Lindsay Nicole on YouTube talking about dinosaurs and finish the second boot. I finished the second one as well now. I'm so happy with how they turned out. I'm still thinking about getting some leather CPR just to make the leather a little bit softer, but no, overall really happy with how they turned out. Now my next project for the day, I'm going to actually work on the navy blue sparkly dress. I know I already have 4 other projects that are half done or need to be finished. But I want to do this one instead, so I'm going to do this one. I tried doing a gauge swatch in like this kind of pattern, but I don't know how much I'm loving it. If you can really see the detail in the different stitches enough that it would be worth it, or if it would be easier for me just to do a different kind of stitch. But basically I'm going to start by just going from here to here. That's just my cat that's down here, don't mind her. Start crocheting from here to here and then extend out to meet the bottom of my armpits, and then do the same on the other side, and then work the rest of the dress around. But yeah, I don't think I'm going with this stitch. Let's try some more. You know what, I haven't used this stitch in such a long time, but I think the triple crochet might be where it's at for this project. So I'm just doing from here to here, and then like I said, I'm going to extend out below my arms, and then I'm going to do the same for the back panel, and then I'll start working in the round. But yeah, I think I'm liking it, and then maybe further down in the actual dress part I can add some more fun stitches. So I've finished the 2 panels, got one here and the second, and you can see that I have started that increasing like I said, which will go down around the arm there. But I am just loving this colour. Like I feel like the navy blue and the gold just looks like stars in the night sky. Like it is so cute. But yeah, basically I'm just going to start connecting them and working in the round to create the actual dress part. But yeah, love how it's turning out. I've been working on the dress each night after work now, and I've just finished off with my last row at the bottom, and now it is time to go back in and do the straps. So I'm just going to do strap attached to each of these top corners, and it's going to tie a little bow at the shoulder. In terms of the construction of the rest of the dress, I did 1 row of increasing just after I joined my 2 front panels, so I increased every 10 stitches, and then I did another row of increasing further down kind of near where the hips would be, and I increased 1 every 12 stitches. But that's all. The rest of it was just working round and around in circles, pretty straightforward. So excited to get that finished off hopefully today. The other thing I'm doing today is I'm going to my sister's and we're going to do some sewing. So this is the little fabric that I bought with her a while ago. I'm going to hopefully turn them into some cute pants. These are the pants that I said I would be copying for the pattern. I'm just going to cut out around the edges, leaving about a 1-inch seam allowance all around, and then doing that for 4 separate panels. Luckily with this material, it's actually double-sided, so I don't need to worry too much about which way each of the panels are facing. Once the pieces are cut out, you just sew the crotch seam first. So I'm going to sew these 2 pieces together like that, and then I'll do the same with my other 2 pieces. One thing I love about working with gingham is that I can just use these different checkers as a nice line to follow my seam allowance on with. Completely optional, but I am adding a pocket to mine before I sew up the side seam. So rather than sewing straight down, I'm going to sew to this bit, sew around the pocket, and then down the rest of the leg. Next is to sew the inner leg seam, and they are really starting to come together as pants finally. For the waistband, I just folded it over once there and folded it over again just so that it's thick enough to fit the elastic through. I'm then going to sew around but leave a little gap to be able to thread the elastic through the waistband. I used a zigzag stitch to join the elastic together. I just need to stitch up that hole, hem the bottom, and they are all done. I forgot to mention that I did use an overlock stitch on all of the raw edges just after I finished off the project, because this fabric does fray a lot. But here are the finished pants. They are super cute, nice and flowy, comfy, stretchy waistband. The pockets are so cute. I love the little extra checkered detail on them. I'm obsessed. Nice, easy project that you can finish in just one day. Super comfy. Next thing I need to finish is this sweater. Literally got half a sleeve left, but how cute will this be as a little set to go with the checkered pants? A little me-made outfit. So that is the next project to tackle. So you can probably tell I also built some new furniture during my holiday, so that's just another thing that we can add to the list. But here is the glitter dress. I just love the way that it sparkles. Like, it literally just looks like pretty, like, nights, like stars in the night sky. I think it is so cute. I don't know if I will end up wearing it to any festivals or anything, but it was just a fun project to make, a fun yarn to work with, something a bit different. It's so cute. One more thing, since I was just filming a TikTok as well, this is kind of how I would style it for if I did end up wearing it to like one of the concerts or festivals or something. Like, it's just so super fun, super cute. I think the belt just kind of cinches it in, just makes it look a little nicer. And my little boots and things, yeah. So I've run into a slight dilemma with my black knit that I'm making, and that is that I broke my circular needles. I was trying to fix a slight bend in it, and I just completely snapped the needle off. The end of the needle, I don't know if you can see, probably not, but the end of the needle that screws in is still in there. So I was like, oh, I can super glue it back together. But first I need to work out how to get the end out and untwist it out of here when I don't have anything to grab on and any leverage. So this is a bit stressful. I don't know how I'm gonna make this work, how I'm gonna be able to fix it, and if I can't fix it, what do I do with the jumper? I am so close to finishing this jumper. Like, I have the tiniest bit left of the sleeve. Okay, we'll work something out. I fixed the needles, thank God, and I finished the sweater. Surprisingly, this is my first ever knit sweater. I've made plenty of crochet sweaters before, but this is my first ever knit one, and it shows. There are issues, which is fine because I'm going to use what I did wrong in this sweater to make my blue and brown one even better. So first off, I didn't actually do any shaping on the neck. It's just simply 2 flat panels, and then I did this ribbing around it, which I feel like I'm going to do some shaping for the blue one. It's a little bit big, but I was going for like an oversized look, so I could potentially make this next one a little smaller. There's my kitty. And then one of the main issues is that one sleeve is like twice the size of the other sleeve. Like, I really fucked that bit up a little bit. So that's fine, but as my first ever sweater, I like it. I think it works. I will take all of the mistakes that I did in this one and everything I've learned and just make my next sweater even better. This is the top pre-blocking. Obviously, I also need to sew in some ends. My main goal for the blocking is just simply to fix this curl so that will lay a little bit flatter, and then also if I could add just like the tiniest bit amount of length, like if it could sit more like that, that would be perfect, but let's see how that goes. Now I'm just going to have it air dried nice and flat like this. Hopefully it keeps its shape and doesn't roll back up again. I just let it dry overnight. It still has like the slightest curl at the bottom, but it does feel just a lot nicer and looser. Neckline is pretty nice. I like that. I don't think I will end up going back and adding any ribbing or anything. I think I like it just the way it is. Nice little basic top for summer. I'm actually going away with work for the next like 4 to 5 days, so I decided I'm going to bring this project with me. I don't know if I'll have a lot of downtime to really work on it at all, I doubt it, but I just really like to be able to knit something before bed each night, so this is definitely coming with me. We'll see how much I actually get done. I've almost finished the first brown stripe and then we'll go brown blue, brown blue. We are now technically week 1 of semester 2 of uni, my final semester. Very excited. This is how much I ended up getting done of the sweater. I actually had to restart the whole thing. So I went on my little work trip and I realized it was way too big. My gauge was way off. So restarted the whole thing. I'm just at the point where I'm separating for the armholes. Loving how these colors are coming together, but yeah, unfortunately didn't finish it, but that's fine. I feel like I got so much done these holidays, like including building this that I wasn't planning as well, but all of my other crafts came out really well. I really like the way they all turned out, so I'm super happy, and thank you for joining me on this little journey.